Now we return you to the test card and some music.
Excuse me, lady, but the sleeve's fallen off your dress. Thank you for watching Otis Vision.
Thank you very much, Otis. And Sarah and Grant are going to be here with some more buried treasure very, very soon. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a Saturday Aardvark's brand new competition, where you could appear in the test card with Otis, as you just seen just then. And all you have to do is send in a photograph of you scratching your beard for the world of the weird in some funny kind of poses. And all you have to do is send it in to this address. It is Saturday Aardvark, Children's BBC, P.O. Box 4567, London W12 6AA, and unfortunately we can't send any of the photographs back. Now it's time to join Grant and Sarah in Buried Treasure. Uh-oh! Hey, but you don't have to wait for a year to see some more buried treasure. All you have to do is take a look at this.
Stuff for something to do this weekend?
I think you should watch Fully Booked on Sunday at 9:30. I mean, that's only my opinion.
Yes, don't miss Gina G live in the studio performing her brand new single.
Listen to him. Listen to him. He's Billy Connolly. If he doesn't know, nobody does.
So there.
And there's an all-action new series of buried treasure. Fully booked. It'll knock you out.
Oh, I love you. I love you.
Sunday at 9:30 on Children's BBC 2.
Special guest Chris Lewis is coming up very, very soon. But first, it's time to look at the Daily Brekkie, Children's BBC's very own newspaper, which you cannot actually buy in the shops. You can't buy in the shops. Exclusive to Children's BBC. So let's have a look at some of the headlines for today. The headline, first of all, says, Richard and Ronnie's crazy carrot capers. Ah! And if we have a look at the picture right over the other side, right here, you can see Ronnie the rabbit and Richard having a bit of a tug of war over a carrot. And Ronnie the rabbit claims that he'd been given the carrot as a present by Otis the Aardvark, and he had not actually taken it from Richard's luxury hamper. This is the best bit, his mum makes for him every day. Oh dear, Richard, your mum still makes you your packed lunch in the mornings. Anyway, and if we move up here to the Fact Factory, there is some information that you don't know at the moment, but you will do soon. And the information here says, did you know that tomatoes and aubergines aren't vegetables, and that they are actually fruits? Well, there you go. I thought fruits were things like bananas and oranges, but obviously not. Now, move over to the Morning Mirth. I'm going to cover up the punchline because it's really worth waiting for. Anyway, and the Morning Mirth says, how do you stop a skunk from smelling? I wonder what it's going to be. It's about to be very funny. Well, how do you stop a skunk from smelling? Put a peg on his nose. Don't quite get it. Anyway, moving right down to the sports front now. This is like this most important part of the paper. And the headline for the sports front says, Aaron Nash squashed in flying racket drama. And you can see a picture there of someone getting hit in the eye by a squash racket. And the letter that came with it says, I had a funny sporting accident which actually hurt quite a lot. And it says, I was playing mini squash one Saturday with my friend Jonathan, and his hand must have got quite sweaty because the racket flew out of his hand and hit me just above the eye. You can see there is a picture. It's been really well drawn. Who did it? Oh, it's me, Dom. Oh, thank you very much. And but it says, even though it hurt a lot, mini squash is not actually really dangerous, as it's played with much softer balls than squash. So don't worry about it. Go out and play mini squash. It's actually good fun. And if you fancy having your article published in the Daily Brekkie, you can actually send it in to this address. Send in your photos and your stories to the Daily Brekkie, Children's BBC, P.O. Box 9989, London W12 6PA. And if we publish your article or your photograph, you could win yourself your very own Children's BBC pen. Now it's time to join those pizza-eating Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. There'll be more from those Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles very soon, but next coming up, Chris Lewis, the Fast Surrey bowler, is coming up.
Don't deliberate or hesitate. Just communicate. Motivate and stimulate. If you want action, you want Activate. Tuesdays at 5:10 on Children's BBC 1.
Now, all morning I've been telling you about our special guest, Chris Lewis, and he's here! Yay, it's Chris Lewis, top bowler, bit of a legend. So, how long have you been doing cricket? How long have you been playing?
For a long time. I think I started when I was about 3 or 4, just mucking around with my friends and family in the West Indies. Really.
Were you in like teams at 3 or 4, or were you just like mucking about in the...
No, we just mucked about in the streets really for fun, something to do after school.
Yeah.
Or when we had spare time, you know, and it progressed from there.
Wow, and now you've been doing it for how long now? So,
this is my 12th year, actually.
12th year playing cricket?
My second at Surrey.
Oh, you must enjoy it. So tell me, now I've heard that most people from London would give an arm and a leg to move into Guyana, right? But I heard that you actually did the opposite. You lived in Guyana, yet you moved into northwest London.
I think, given the choice at 10, I don't think I would have done, but my parents decided England was the place for us.
Really?
So we actually claim, and it hasn't been so bad so far.
No, it's been all right.
It's been good.
Good stuff. Right, now we need your expert opinion on some cricket, because Richard McCourt is out there on the cricket field. Let's go over and have a look, see how he's doing. And here comes Ian Bishop. Get ready to know. McCourt has called it all off. He's summoning someone on with a crash helmet, a motorbiker's crash helmet. What is he doing? Right, he's got his cricket bat ready again, cricket bat, and he's getting ready, and he's getting ready. Oh, no, he's stopped everything again to put on a plastic armour. Yes, he's putting on his breastplate. He's obviously very, very scared of Ian Bishop, and on goes the helmet again. Now he's all ready again, so here we go. We're going to get ready. He's there with his bat, and Ian Bishop comes up a second time, coming up, and no, Richard McCourt has stopped it all again. I've never seen anything like this. Oh my goodness, his mother and his mother's friend are bringing on tea and cakes. This is most bizarre. He is drinking his tea. Sorry, I had a bit of a cough there. And he is eating his cake. What is he doing? It's going, I think he's ready again. He's ready, here he goes. And here comes Ian Bishop again, ready, and no! Richard McCourt has stopped one more time. One more time, what is he doing? He's taking out a stick from his pocket. I've never seen anything like this, and he is playing the cricket theme tune on his bat with a stick. What do you reckon, Bob?
Well, I've never seen anything like this. This is very bizarre. He is actually playing the theme tune. And he stopped. Right, over to you again, Jim.
Well, he's taking his guard again. And here goes, and he's hit it very, very high in the air. And he's caught out. Richard McCourt is out. I think he deserves it. Rich, come over here. What were you doing?
I was trying to play cricket,
You're trying to play cricket? Come on, you didn't work very successfully, did it? What do you reckon, Chris, to this?
I think he looks more suited to be shot out of a cannon.
I reckon he does. I think you should give up the cricket, stick to presenting, Rich. Anyway, right, your chance to ask Chris Lewis, the expert fast bowler, any questions you want. And the phone and fax lines are now open. So get ready. The phone numbers are 0181 811-8181, that's 0181-811-8181, or fax us on 0181-576-0935, that's 0181-576-0935. But now it's time for the Young Person Special.
Stand by for some cartoon craziness in your face!
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Oh, no! Who is this guy?
I am a pet detective!
He's wild! He's weird! And he's completely round the twist!
I think I should warn you that I am trained in the art of Hiya.
And I think we should warn you he's on Children's BBC One every Friday afternoon!
What does it all mean?
Now, throughout the morning, Chris Lewis has been here answering your questions, and we've got some fantastic questions because he's opened up the phone and fax lines. Right, so you ready for the questions?
Definitely.
Okie dokes. First one is from Bruce Humphreys from Enfield, and the question is, what do you think of England's performance into the one-day series against Australia?
So far, A1, it's been excellent.
Really?
I mean, England are the underdogs in the series because Australia are world champion.
Right.
And we've gone out there and we've won all 3 one-day series and we've won them well. So they've done very well.
So living up well, we're ahead, yeah?
Definitely,
Good
definitely.
stuff.
It's been a while since we've been the Australians, so let's enjoy.
Good. And how do you think we're going to do in the Ashes?
I think it looks good.
Yeah?
I mean, the confidence level in the England team must be high.
Yeah,
They can't be that great in the Australian. And it's now, you know, it's time to press home our advantage. You've got the first test starting soon.
Right.
And I think England will be going out there looking to win it.
When does that start? When does it start?
Sometime next week. Next week Thursday.
Sometime next week.
Next week's Thursday.
Oh, good stuff. And for those who don't actually know at home, what's the difference between like the Ashes and also just like a one day?
Well, about 4 days, really. I mean, the Ashes actually one match, one test match goes on for 5 days.
Right.
Whereas in the one-day series, a match is actually all over in 1 day.
Right.
So it calls for better fitness, more intense concentration.
Right.
And for cricketers, it's the ultimate test.
Right. Good stuff. OK, we got a next question. This one's been Michael Green from Bailston, who's phoned up, who asks, what's the atmosphere like when you walk out onto the Lord's pitch? Lords, wow.
It's hard to describe. I mean, I suppose it's like a footballer walking out in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
You know, at Wembley.
Just a real buzz.
It's something you dream about as a child. You hope it's going to happen, but you're never quite sure whether it's going to. And when it does, you know, all the emotions and everything come up.
Must be like what you've always dreamt of. You're actually there.
I mean, that's what it's all about. Playing for your country in front of a packed house.
Wow.
And you can't help but get emotional when you're going out there, but very soon you get down to business. Yeah,
lump in your throat, or is that taking it too far?
It may be, but it goes eventually. Once you actually start working and you start playing, you forget the crowd and you forget everything and you actually get on with performing.
Good stuff. Right, next question is from Grant Webster. This is a good one. Slightly worrying as well. How fast can you bowl?
Funny you should ask that, because it was actually measured last summer when Pakistan were here, and it was measured at 85 miles an hour.
Right.
But
85 miles per hour?
But I personally think I've got a little bit in reserve.
Yeah? You think so? So you think you can go a little bit faster?
A little bit quicker, but it's been measured at 85, so I'll stick to 85 for now.
Oh, blimey, that is fast. OK, now we've got a live caller on the phone. It's Jacob. Jacob, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, how are you this morning?
Oh, fine.
How early did you wake up this morning to watch the show?
About 7.
7 o'clock? So you've been watching from the very beginning, yeah?
Yeah, but it wasn't on me, yeah.
Right, so do you play cricket yourself?
Yeah, lots of times, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent.
My car park.
Good stuff. Out in your car park?
Yeah.
Don't try that at home if you're watching. OK, and now, if you play cricket, you want to ask Chris a question, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
OK, what's your question? Fire away.
When you were a child, which cricket team did you support?
Well, when I was a child, I didn't really support cricket. I think I just played it, really, in the West Indies. But my first cricket team that I supported was Somerset, because at the time my hero played for them, and my hero was Viv Richards.
Viv Richards, wow.
So I used to support Somerset, Viv Richards, Ian Botham, Joel Garner.
Right.
But now I'm a Surrey man.
Surrey man now?
Surrey man through and through.
OK, well, thank you very much for your call, Jacob. Is that all right, then?
Yeah, OK, bye.
OK, thank you very much. Now, if you fancy opening up the phone lines are still open, and so are the fax lines. So if you fancy asking Chris another question, then the phone number is 0181 811 8181, or you can fax us on 0181 576 0935. But first, it's time to go down to the Evergreen Forest to join Bert and the rest of the raccoons in the Raccoons.
While some relish centre stage,
I'm the girl from the daisy chain. But I am the daisy chain girl.
others shy from the limelight.
You're here to get an all-round training in acting, dance.
No, I'm not here for that. I'm here because it suits my mum.
Follow the struggles.
I'm not staying here. Never wanted to come here in the first place.
The hopes and the dreams.
Maybe we could grow someone.
And ambitions.
Right, let's make this a dress rehearsal to remember, all right?
I think people will remember it.
The Biz is back. Thursday at 5:10 on Children's BBC One.
That'll be back next week. It's The Breakfast Show on Friday, and Chris Lewis, England's fast bowler, has joined us this morning. We've opened the phone and fax lines. We've got plenty of questions coming through for you, Chris, and we'll have a live caller in a moment. But just have a look behind me here, Chris. This is a coconut shell that you might have seen in the fairground, your local fairground. And what we're going to try with you, Chris, if this is all right, we've got lots of balls in this basket here. Okay. We're going to ask you to throw them at the coconuts and test your accuracy. We'll do that in just a moment, if that's all right. But can I just ask, Chris, Dominic's small. He must have smelled small next to you, but, I mean, I'm quite small. How tall are you?
Just over 6'3".
Right.
But I'm a small one.
Right, because you were telling me about your brother, weren't you?
Well, I've got a 17-year-old brother who's 6'4" at the moment, but he's still rising.
So he's up here somewhere?
He's up there and still going. Still going strong.
Let me just ask you this question that's coming from Daniel Turnbull, who's from Harrow in London. He says, have you ever been injured by the cricket ball?
You get injured every now and then. Right. Normally, not very seriously, but just the other week I was actually practicing without a helmet. And I just got a little sneak at the back of the head. The ball actually just
you can just see a little bump there, can't you?
Drew a little blood, but yeah, you get injured every now and then, but hopefully it's never anything too serious.
Sure. You were saying during the Raccoons as well that tomorrow is selection day for the England squad.
Fingers crossed.
When do you find out, and how do you find out?
Well, you find out on Sunday, but you tune into teletext like everyone else, so about 11 o'clock Sunday morning.
So you put teletext or CFAX on and just find out whether your name's up there? Oh, dear.
Basically, yeah. So tune in with me.
I've got a bit of a clip from Auntie's Bloomers for you to have a look at this morning. This is how not to play cricket. Take a look at this, Chris.
Well, deceived himself there and has given a second run away. Occasionally you can be a little off target with a throw-in, but rarely 180 degrees, and I think that would defeat the entries in many a spot the ball competition.
Goodness me, he had a bit of a trip there, didn't he? What's the funniest thing you've seen on the cricket pitch?
Probably a colleague of mine at Leicester actually going to catch the ball and getting into a stoop position and the ball actually going through his hand and straight into, let's just say, a painful area.
Yes, we'll leave it at that, Chris. Shall we get onto the coconut shy now? There's a coconut shy that you might have seen in the fairground. We're going to test your accuracy now, Chris, and see if you can hit one of the coconuts off. Is that all right?
Okay,
you've got the balls in your hand there. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Off we go, off we go. Oh, first one's a miss. Second one, oh, that was nearly off, nearly off. The balls are going everywhere in the studio, bouncing back. And the third one,
another miss.
Oh, you missed again. Do you want to have another go, Chris? There you go.
Yeah, just
have
for
another
luck.
go. Yeah, why not? Yay! Well done, Chris. Well done, Chris. Bit of fun this morning. You win the cuddly toy, so there you go.
Ah, beautiful.
Another question here from William Ingham says, who has been your toughest opponent?
Toughest opponents, I think it's got to be sort of Australia, West Indies, because they've always been strong, and when England have played them, they've always been a very good side, so you know you're always up against it.
Who do you class to be the best side in the world?
I think at the moment it's got to be the Australians, so it's even better for English cricket after we beat them this year.
Great. Thanks for answering that question. Got another question now from a live caller that's phoning. It's Gemma. Hello there, Gemma.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay, thanks.
Have you been up early this morning?
Sort of.
Are you still in your pyjamas?
Yeah.
You are? Still sat there in your pyjamas. Right, what's your question there, Gemma, for Chris?
Have you ever been afraid of any bowler you've had to face?
The answer to that is yes. Yeah, I mean, I think when I first started, when I think I was only 17, and I first started playing cricket, a lot of bowlers I hadn't faced before, so I wasn't sure whether I could actually face them or not. But not for quite a while. But initially, yes. And there's nothing really wrong with that because it helps you to concentrate the mind.
Brilliant. How did you think Chris did on the coconut shy there?
Okay.
Okay, I think it did very well. Gemma, thanks very much for your call. Thanks for phoning in. Okay. And thank you, Chris, as well, for coming in this morning and telling us all about cricket. You can take your cuddly toy home. Thank you very much indeed, and good luck with the England selection tomorrow when you have a look on CFAX.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Still Puddington Peas and the Teletubbies, and Dominic will be reading out your birthday cards later. But now, off to California for Sweet Valley Hard. The cricket last weekend, or reading the sports news, you might know about the rising stars in English cricket, Ben and Adam Hollyoak. Well, they'll actually be joining me in the studio this afternoon for a bit of a natter and to give me a few tips on how to improve my cricket game. But if you'd like a few tips on how to improve your game, if you play it at school, or you just want to know about the brothers, why not give us a call on 0181 811 8181 or fax us on 0181 576 0935. That's 0181 811 8181 or fax us on 0181 576 0935. Here's Ace. Ace Ventura and The Mask on the same programme. If you were watching at the beginning of Ace Ventura, actually, you might have seen the programme start to rewind itself. Well, that's because Otis is now in the control room through there, and he slipped his hand and pressed rewound. We'll ask him more about that a bit later. But now I'm joined by the up-and-coming stars in English cricket. It's actually Ben, is that right? Yeah, Ben and Adam Hollyoak. Thanks ever so much for coming in, guys. It's been a bit of a cricket theme today on Children's BBC because we had Chris Lewis in a little earlier, the fast bowler. But what jobs do you do in the cricket, in England cricket?
Well, you know, basically we've just come into it, so I don't think we've actually got definitive roles.
Okay. Are you a bowler or?
I'm an all-rounder.
Right.
And so is Ben.
Right, so you sort of do a bit of everything, really?
Yeah.
Now, you're not actually English, are you? You're actually from Australia. How long have you been in England?
I've been in England since I was 7.
Right.
Since I was 7.
Well, obviously our parents came at the same age, but I was 12, of being that bit older.
Had you both been playing cricket in Australia, or did you get into it when you came to England?
No, I hadn't played in Australia, and I just sort of got into it when Adam was playing over here.
Excellent. I'm just going to say to you, Ben got quite attached to our little toy Pingu over here. As you can see, Pingu is just there, yes. He had to bring it on with him, give him a bit of support this afternoon. Actually, we've got some questions. We've opened the phone and fax lines this afternoon. A question here from Zoe Emerton, who says, what was it like for you, Ben, when you scored the half-century on your England debut?
It was brilliant.
That's the only word you can describe it.
It's the only way I can describe it. I loved it.
Hope that's answered your question, Zoe. We've got a couple of live callers now, if you could possibly answer their questions. The first one is Heidi. Hello, Heidi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Have you seen Ben and Adam playing the cricket before?
Yeah.
Excellent. And what's your question?
How long have both you boys been playing cricket?
Well, I started when I was about 10, but I've been playing competitive cricket since I was probably about 12.
Right.
And,
okay.
And Ben?
And I started when I was probably 11 or 12 and got into it pretty seriously straight away, really.
Excellent. I've just heard, actually, Heidi actually plays cricket. How long have you been playing, Heidi?
Well, I play at school sometimes, in the playground and that.
All right. Do you want to ask the boys any tips while you're here?
No, not really.
No? OK, well, hope we've answered your question. Thanks for answering that one. And we've got another live caller, actually. This is Lewis. Hello, you there, Lewis?
Yes.
Hiya, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Do you play cricket, Lewis?
Yes.
How often do you play?
Oh, nearly every day.
You play at school, do you?
No.
No. Play at home?
Yeah.
In the park. And what's your question for Ben and Adam?
Well, I play cricket with my dad in my garden. And,
right.
Do I need to join a club? And how should I get better? Can you give me some advice, please?
Right.
How old are you, Lewis?
I'm 8.
Just 8?
Yeah, well, you're coming to the right age to start going and joining a club. If you go down there, they'll help you out, and that's definitely the good way of getting into the game.
Excellent. Yeah. I hope that's answered your question, Lewis. You know when you're both on the cricket pitch, do you get jealous of each other? Are you a bit competitive?
Competitive, yeah, but not really jealous.
Not really jealous.
No, we both want one another to do well. Obviously, we're on the same side and everything. So.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for answering all those questions. Could you come back later to help me with my batting skills?
Yeah, no worries.
Brilliant. Right. More from Ben and Adam Hollyoake a little later on this afternoon.
Don't deliberate or hesitate. Just communicate. Motivate and stimulate. If you want action, you want Activate. Tuesdays at 5:10 on Children's BBC One.
There's news round at 5 o'clock this afternoon, but after that at 5:10, it's Blue Peter. Let's find out what's happening.
Hi there, Richard. Yes, it's that time again for yet another fantastic edition of Blue Peter. And on today's show, we'll be having a look at some artwork from the brand new Disney film. Check out that smile, Scary. Romana goes flying, but she won't be sitting inside the plane. She'll be standing on top of it when she tries wing walking. And Code Red are singing their brand new single live in the studio. You'd be mad to miss it. See you in half an hour. Boys.
Thanks, Katie. She was as blue as the sky this afternoon, wasn't she? More from Ben and Adam, the Hollyoake brothers, a little later, giving more tips on my batting skills. That's actually after Clarissa, who looks like she's meditating. Clarissa will be back next week. This afternoon, though, I'm joined by England's cricket's rising stars. It's Adam Hollyoake who's here, and also Ben Hollyoake, who's right down there at the other end of the studio. So Ben will be throwing some balls at me at the moment, doing a bit of bowling towards me. Because what I'm going to ask you is a few tips on how to improve my game of cricket, Adam, if possible. Because I'm not that good, really. I do come from Yorkshire. Yorkshire's renowned for not playing cricket very well. But if I stand here somewhere, what is the first tip you'd give me on how to play cricket?
The thing I'd say to you there is stand a little bit further away from your stumps, because as soon as you have a swing, you're going to hit your bat on your stumps.
Okay.
Then to hold the bat with both hands.
Right. So you have to hold it firmly
nice
like that.
And firmly. You know.
Okay.
Trying to hold the top hand a bit tighter than the bottom hand.
Okay. Right.
And make sure you keep your head upright, because that keeps your eyes level and that helps you see the ball a bit better.
So I'm going to try and look for the ball now. Okay. So
that's the idea.
Do cricketers usually sort of kick towards the right foot like that, or is that just tradition?
I think that's just a habit that people have got into. Really. It's like tennis players bouncing the ball. You don't have to do it, but a lot of people do it.
Right.
You don't want to have that finger down there, because that'll break off.
I sort of had my finger down the back of the bat then.
So it's a dangerous.
Usually when the ball comes out, it's snap backwards. We don't want any of that.
No,
right. Okay.
So you've done it again.
So I'll do it. I'll try and do it safely now.
Okay.
Remember, if you're at home, don't try and play cricket inside like we are this afternoon. Go to the park and play it. But okay, Ben, if you're ready, would you like to bowl me the first ball? I'll try and look at it straight and try To hit it? Oh, well,
Oh,
that was
all over the place.
disastrous. That was disastrous, that one, wasn't it? Okay, we'll try one more. Thank you, Ben, if you can just bowl me another one.
Oh,
Yes! That's gone rolling off out the door there somewhere. How will you feel when you play against Australia, since you both come from Australia?
Well, we've already played them once. You know, it's always a big occasion, doesn't matter who you're playing against.
Okay.
The fact that it's the country that you were born in makes it just that bit...
a bit more exciting.
A bit more of an incentive.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Adam, for coming in. And Ben as well, down in the studio. Thanks very much for coming in and trying to improve my game of cricket.